Warning, this podcast contains material not suitable for younger audiences, and some material that's not suitable for older audiences. If you're part of any age group, we've found a way to offend you. Run while you still can. We are the hapless heroes.
Mort casts slow on the party.
This cannot possibly backfire at all.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Hapless Heroes podcast. I'm Francesco, and tonight I will be your host and DM, and we have our usual cast of characters, minus one tonight. We'll get there. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce Mike as Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind.
At your service.
Dave as Zero, Valen's Avatar of War.
Good evening.
Zach as Perodill Lincolnwoods.
Let's fuck shit up.
Massimo as Morton Mac, a.k.a. Gorgeous Mort.
Lady, where are we going?
And John as Lord Jarrell the Light.
I really wanted to be invisible.
James is very, very sad that he could not be here tonight, but the show must go on. He has given us his blessing and sort of an implied blessing for me to do whatever I want with Hotlet.
We had a long streak, too, where we were all here.
We were doing great, but listen, life happens, and, sometimes you just got to be a daddy.
I'm just hoping we have a trademark Hoblet smash just for him.
Yeah.
We'll tee one up for him.
We'll see what happens.
Who knows where this night's going to go now.
Right.
Wow.
Speaking of how this night's going to go, last time on the show, there was some surreptitious activity.
Quintatorship.
Ooh, what?
Hashtag Quintator.
I kind of like that, actually.
Quintator?
Quintator.
Like a potato shaped as Quinn?
No.
That's what I was thinking of, too, yeah.
Get on it, Phil.
like a Quinn replacing a dick. Yes.
Tater?
Sure.
Or vice versa.
Anyways.
Like a potato shaped like a dick?
No, like Richard Potato.
Okay, so
Shaped like
Quintatorship.
Quinn.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So the Quintatorship happened.
Mr.
Somehow
Potato.
involves a dick shaped potato.
No.
I don't understand how that's.
Wait, did I lose the logic here?
at all?
Yeah, I think we're getting a little
I got
too hung
caught
on
up with the dick
potato.
shaped potato.
Yeah, I know. It's burning everyone's brains now.
Yeah, it's
Anyways.
Now, do
so-
you boil it?
No,
I thought that was a turn
We're moving
up,
on.
though.
Man, we haven't even made it past the recap, guys.
First word of the recap.
Let's dial it back. Save it for the meat and potatoes of what's going on. So
Now is the meat. Okay.
you guys had some. Well, what appeared to be you guys were starting to get somewhere with the elder of this village, Elder Puphagus. You had what we thought had come to an agreement. That you were going to talk to him more and try to negotiate a deal in the morning.
That's what we all thought.
And then
And
you guys
I
were
still thought that. I'm just doing a little recon.
you guys were asked, to if there was not enough beds for you, so they had like a nice little area, a little ways off from the village for you to set up camp in with like a little lean-to and stuff. And they sent 2 of the villagers with you just to kind of hang out, keep it. I mean, they was sort of keep a loose eye, and they were very upfront about it. We just want to make sure you don't steal anything or harm anyone.
Real
And-
simple terms.
Yeah,
I mean, still happening.
Couldn't
And nobody's
be-
stolen anything, and
couldn't be
nobody's
more
been harmed.
straightforward.
And there's a lot of us, too. So we roll up onto this guy's property, like, what did we say?
Galloping
10,
in. Like, you were
10,
galloping
12
in.
people deep.
Yeah.
Sure. 12.
Don't forget the part where
'Cause
we
we have
are
the stooge, too.
sort of ever so slightly, mildly, just barely armed to the teeth.
Right.
just a smidge.
One of us
Yes.
is a robot with like an arm cannon.
Are you guys still trying to persuade me that?
No one's
No,
trying
we're
to
just
persuade
guilty.
We're just saying
No,
what
just
happened.
guilting.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Save it. You'll need the energy. Later that evening, though, Mort got into some conversations with the folks, and then Quinn decided to just put him to sleep.
Uh-huh.
And Mark kept talking.
While everyone was trying to come up with what the heck you were supposed to do together. And
Yeah, we were like kind of like trying to plan stuff, and Quinn's move was like doing whatever the fuck he wants. Apparently,
What happened was the bard decided it was time for their plan, and then they just
Quintatorship.
shanghaied all of you into doing it. So
None of us were included in the plan.
It's just-
That's the best part of it.
Because we couldn't talk about the plan until I put them to sleep.
well, inclusion seems to be a flexible term.
But your actual plan was that you and Perodill wandered off by yourself and left the rest of us sitting at the camp.
Right.
You didn't want us to go with you, so none of us were
Instead-
included. It was just the two of you that would have wandered.
This is a hot topic, folks, as you can see, because it's been
This has been 2 weeks.
it's been
We're
2 weeks since we've been able to talk about
Oh
it.
yeah, oh yeah.
So
Wait. We gotta maintain like the showbiz timeline. It's been 1 week.
Right.
it's been 1 week since everyone's
Okay.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
been it's been a
fine.
week.
That's fine.
It's been a week.
I agree with you, Zach.
Edit
Get
that shit
over
out.
it.
Yeah. So now we have the party split.
3 ways.
Quinn decided Quinn is invisible with greater invisibility.
Greatest.
Just greater.
Nope, just greater.
Is there a greatest?
There is.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm just saying that now. There is a greatest invisibility, but this is not it.
This is not
This
it.
is just greater.
All right.
Something to look
So
forward
on the to-do list, write the spell for greatest invisibility.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, come
So-
up with the rules for it.
And you had kind of made your way around the village a little bit. Noticed you were kind of looking for some exhaust or something to indicate, like maybe where there could be, at least a way to access this lifting gas that you realize is being used as a natural resource here by the people who are living on it. They're actually keeping their fires lit with it. They have their own purpose for it. But you heard, as you were kind of listening through the tent, like some sound, like you couldn't tell what it was, maybe chanting or people talking or singing, or it's hard to tell, but it almost sounded like it was coming, like it was very distant. But you could really only hear it once you got close to the tent. It seems to like radiate from the tent. In
Like a low buzzing.
right. In the meantime, while Quinn was doing that,
Like a Hitachi magic wand.
yeah.
Or a rain stick.
Is that a sex thing?
No, it's a massager.
Yeah.
That's what they call all of them.
Hoblet just decided to go to bed.
Oh yeah, he did do that.
And we have Perodill and Jarell and Zero still at the campsite.
I thought I went to
Mort
bed.
was there too.
I'm
you
pretty
did.
sure I went to bed.
Yes, you went to bed too, but you're there. I'm just saying, like, that's Hoblet's going to be sleeping now.
Okay.
Right.
And
Right.
Mort has recently wandered off with the pregnant woman you encountered earlier, who
The
came
ever suggestible Mort.
so quietly to your campsite to say that she felt like she and her child were expectant child were in danger.
Yeah.
And Mort, and she was asking and begging you guys to
Well,
take her away from there. And Mort was just like, "Okay, cool, let's go."
yeah.
Without
Okay,
even
there
inspecting.
there was more to that.
Right.
So that's the mortatorship in action.
Yeah.
But because she came looking for Zero specifically, and Zero was kind of perplexed by the whatever was
Yeah.
going on. He wasn't sure how to act, and Mort,
Yeah.
of course, just jumps at whatever opportunity for.
You left me at a fire with basically an emotionless object, and then somebody came looking
They
for
were just
help.
sleeping men. You're just
Yeah.
talking to sleeping men.
No, I'm talking about Zero, who
Yeah.
was there.
Oh, yeah.
He's not really an
incapable of
emotionless
feeling.
object. He's just emotionally one-dimensional. at
Everyone
times.
else is either asleep or no longer at the campsite.
Yep.
And then somebody comes in looking for help,
Yeah.
and I'm the only one there, and no one's keeping my emotions.
Exactly.
in check.
You didn't
So,
even.
let
You
me
didn't even.
just
You didn't even
square that
check
up.
if it was a beach ball. First of all.
It doesn't matter.
Can I just say
can't
that
just do
Mort
that.
is literally blaming
Have
you
you-
all?
I'm just saying.
So
For going
it's
to sleep.
Actually, where I would like to bring us into the room now, into the
Outdoors.
little windswept plains you find yourself on right now. So Mort, you are walking with this pregnant woman. She introduces herself to you as Matka Ofieri.
Is that from the hat?
Related to Guy?
It is not. No, spelled differently.
That would
Fieri.
that would not be okay for me. All right, Matka.
Matka.
Okay.
And now you were also like, getting a little into it with like the people, the villagers, right before they went to sleep. Like you were in riveting conversation with them about, their life there, right?
I was
guys
basically in a cult.
downtrodden
Yeah.
folks, right, who have found a new life here.
The guys who were trying to guard us.
But this woman is telling you like that, like she fears the elder, and that she fears that these people are not. There's something weird about them. Like she kind of says to you, like, do you feel the same? Like, did you get weird vibe from anybody there?
Oh, those guards were awesome. He was telling me about everything that you have here, and he said that they're really helping the people in need, and it just seems like such a wonderful place. Why do you feel like you're in danger here?
She smiles.
Now the questions come.
Yes.
First, walk away.
Well, now we're alone.
Mort,
It was because of the implication.
she makes eye contact with you, and I need you to make me a wisdom save, please.
Oh no.
Dun, dun, dun.
She's got powers.
It's a fucking beach ball under there, isn't it?
At 20. All right.
Starting off strong.
Starting off very strong.
She says,
Yeah.
looking you in the eyes, I just feel like there's something that they're hiding, and maybe you and your, like, I just need to get to safety, and I can't. Where can you take? Like, where are you taking me?
I'm gonna
actually?
stop. I'm gonna stop her in mid sentence, and almost like this is more of like Mort's annoyed a little bit because obviously I was just having such a good conversation with
Uh-huh.
Your
you
buddy's
know,
back in the
with-
fire.
Yeah, with my guy, and I'm gonna say very sternly, tell me what you think is going on in an intimidating way,
Are you going to use intimidation?
if I can.
Yeah, go
I
for it.
absolutely
Actually,
will.
let's do it.
Are you gonna tell us why that was a save?
No.
No.
Okay.
Of course he's not going to tell us.
Well, some spells you
Right.
know that
Yeah.
they're being cast on you.
18.
She says she breaks down.
You ass.
No. So I got a nat one.
Mm-hmm. Spill the beans.
So she says, I think they're being controlled by something. I think I'm being controlled by something. I don't know what's going on. I need to get away from here. I need you to take me as far away as you possibly can, as fast as you possibly can.
No.
I am terrified for my life.
No, he said.
And now I'm waving my finger in her face like Dikembe Mutombo. No. I say, you need to take me back to the camp, and you need to tell this to my crew.
Well, you seem to be the only person who wanted to help me.
Well, we need to wake them all up.
We have to go back there?
Yes.
What was the original plan?
They're going to run off together. Elope.
She
She just seemed like
she looks at you. She looks kind of how far you guys have walked now from the campsite, right?
Yeah.
She looks at the road
Yeah.
that goes up into the hills to the other side of her. And what is your passive perception?
14.
She attempts to take the dagger off your belt and make a run for it, but she is unable to grab the dagger. And she just starts running off the path, like down the path now.
I follow her.
She's not very fast.
Yeah, I follow her the whole
Yeah.
way.
And she's just like, stop! I need to get away from here. You can't take me back there.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to calm her down. So I'm going to try to like run in front of like her path, and
That'll calm her down.
in a calm way, and say, okay, stop. I'm not.
You're gonna like catch up.
Catch up with her and just try to like just slow roll with her, like just calm her down a little bit.
Usually, if you want to calm somebody down, all you have to do is like get in their face and scream, "Calm down."
And shake them like a doll.
I'm gonna try to intimidate her to calm down.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
kidding. I'm not gonna. No. I'm gonna try to in a normal tone. Just ask her. You have to tell me more. If I'm gonna be able to help you, I need to know more.
I don't know much more. I just so they disappear down below the circular tent. Most nights. Many of the men. Some of the women. I've not been invited down there. But there's supposed to be some. They keep talking about like a ceremony for when my child is going to be born, and I don't like the sound of it. Like I just needed a place to stay. I fell upon some hard times, and they took me in, but it feels wrong. This feels wrong.
This lady's like giving me some really dark Smurfette vibes. Like this whole village situation is like, let's go.
Sure, let's go with that.
What, the one female in the village?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was multiple women. She's just the only one who
it doesn't seem that way.
Yeah.
Did you come here with anyone else, or were you alone?
I was alone when I met them.
Lady, you're gonna have to square up with me right now. If I'm gonna be able to help
fight
you,
her?
maybe.
Not square off.
No, she
Square up.
owes him $5.
Yeah.
Right.
She does. She owes me more than that. I'm doing a lot for this lady right now. I don't need to be.
You're chasing her
I don't
down
need
the
the
road.
stress.
You've
Guys,
done a
I'm
lot.
doing a lot right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
You're gonna have to square up with me right now, lady. If I'm gonna be able to help you, just taking you away from this place isn't gonna make this place disappear. I need to know as much as I can know, because we are trying to work with these people for our benefit, and we don't know these people. You do. I need to know as much as you need to know, so I can do something about it if these people are really who you think they are. Do you understand me?
Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
He said, she
Nobody.
said that, she said it, he said it.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm not sure I understand.
That was.
I get it.
was.
It's more about the feeling than the words.
That was still well done.
I mean, impressive.
Yeah.
But she's visibly confused now.
She's gotten out a whiteboard.
Matka is having a hard time following.
Matka.
Yeah.
Go Fury.
Yes. So, but why do I have to go back?
All right, I'm gonna. In my pack, I have.
Is there just something you can give me so I can
Yeah.
escape?
I don't have much. I'll be honest with you. I have some fucking.
You have all your.
You have a koozie.
And a shitload of.
I don't have much. I'll be honest with you. But in my backpack, I have a bedroll and I have some torches and I have some rations. I'm gonna give her just like some, because I'm obviously not just gonna run off in the middle of fucking nowhere with this lady. And to be honest with you, I don't know her that well. Yeah, she's a pregnant woman running off on her own, scared and alone. But my loyalty's to the party here. So I'm gonna try to convince her. How far away are we from our campsite where we were? Can we are we still in like?
I
the
mean, at
line
this
of sight?
point, yeah, you're like still like maybe I don't know.
Is there like a woods line somewhere close or anywhere like?
No, it's just like a lot of tall grass and crop like fields.
Is there any place for her to like, kind of like make a little, like nest for herself for maybe a little while where nobody's really gonna like find her? Like say I gotta go take her what I'm taking care of, and then come back and like maybe come back with the crew like in the morning like, and talk to her as a group. So I'm not just isolated here.
You can actually make me a survival check to see if you can scope somewhere out, or a nature check. I'll take either.
Okay.
It's not a bad plan.
Well, I just don't want her running off, and I still want somebody else that's not me
Yeah,
to
that's
fucking talk to
thoughtful.
her. Like,
But that's
You know what I'm
thoughtful,
saying?
at least. Like to like, okay, listen, like we can help you, but we need to deal with this.
10.
10? You think you're able to find at least something suitable that's off the path a bit, that at least you wouldn't maybe be able to clearly see a fire right from the road? At least you know that's kind of how you feel, but it's hard to get a lot of cover.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give her then my dagger, a bedroll, some rations, a torch, and then I'm gonna like make her like a little like fire pit so she can kind of have a place to stay, at least for the night. Maybe like she'll feel more.
You're able to
comfortable
do
just
that,
being able to do that.
pretty reasonably.
Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna tell her that I'm gonna go meet up back with fellas at camp.
Okay.
Matka, you're gonna be all right here by yourself for the night.
Yeah, I'll keep a low profile. Please come back. When should I worry?
If we're not back in like 24 hours ish, until tomorrow night at dusk. If we're not back by dusk, and I'm not with all the fellas, then I'll probably just run off.
Okay.
All right. And if you
she
need me,
trusts you.
okay. If you need me, if anything goes wrong, I want you to something more subtle.
Whack.
I'm gonna show her the honk.
Okay.
Honk 3 times if you need us.
Got like a magazine you can give this lady or something?
Good.
I mean, I got some bone dice. I'll give her some bone dice.
Oh, is that what they?
She can just play like CeeLo by herself, like at her little makeshift campfire in the middle of like tall grass.
Fair enough.
So I'm gonna show her the honk. Honk, honk, honk. Do you understand me?
Yes.
And I'm gonna walk back to the fire where
Okay.
it's just
Perodill and Hoblet are sleeping. Zero is
Just Zero.
wide awake, and I think actually Jarrell's there too.
And Jarrell's
I'm not sure if
Well,
he's
no.
actually
After Quinn refused to turn Jarl invisible, Jarl laughed to himself by the fire, and now he's in his tent, which is bigger than everybody else's tent.
Jarrell pitched the
Because he
largest
just
tent.
had to, but not per capita.
You know,
Well,
last
there's
episode
multiple people in there.
I was really wondering about that. I was like, there's some detail we're leaving out here. I need to, and now I know. Now the
Now we
picture
know.
is fleshed out,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm good.
Flesh.
Flag.
more as you're getting back to camp, and as you start to wake the fellas and tell Zero what's going on. We're gonna cut the camera to Quinn. Quinn, while this was happening, you were scoping out this village. You hear some noises coming from down below. You notice that there's almost like something like a trap door, kind of very sloppily hid underneath some of the like furniture inside of this domed tent, like large domed tent. And you said you noticed there's also like a pipe almost like that was going from the ground to the like top of this tent, and that's where that little exhaust was coming from.
So I hear this chanting. Do I recognize the chanting?
It is far too faint for you to make it, make out what it could possibly be. It could also just be singing. It could be. It's hard. It's really you have no idea.
And there's 2 guards at the door, right?
Yes, that's right. I forgot about that detail.
And they're at the front.
I should remember.
And by guards, I mean it's just like 2 villagers.
2 dudes
Sure.
just chilling.
I'm going to say that kind of as you're sitting here, you feel like you're being watched. You have like this weird, uneasy feeling as if you're being watched, but like you know that like you're invisible, and they're like you look around like there's no eyes on you, like you're not here, but you just can't shake the feeling
I hate you.
that like it almost feels like you're being watched.
Almost feel like
This is why you don't give the DM 2 weeks to figure shit out.
Is somebody listening to that in the background somewhere?
it always feels like somebody's watching me.
Also, we don't own the rights to any of this music.
If that wasn't clear.
So all we have to do is say, "Oh, that's a good song," and then it's a review.
Oh, okay.
You're right.
That
That's a
was
good
that was
song.
That was
Right.
I like that song.
Quinn.
I can tell they're still bitter because they keep cutting into my scene.
Well, to cut back into your scene,
Okay, so so I have this feeling of being watched. Great, awesome.
it's pretty cool, but not really.
No. I'm going to. I'm going to tap one of the villagers on the shoulder.
Invisible tap?
Yes.
Which-
Really? You're
okay.
gonna walk right up to him and tap him on the shoulder.
Which villager and which shoulder? If I'm staring at the
Okay,
opening
so
of the
yeah,
tent.
yeah. So I was behind the tent to begin
Uh-huh,
with. I
right.
walk around the left side of the tent,
Okay.
and I tap the leftmost
Guard.
villager
Villager, right? Yes.
on his leftmost shoulder.
Okay.
Out of how many?
4.
4 shoulders?
Yeah. He's
On
got those
one
like weird crooked shoulders that like
Goro.
protrude out.
Wow.
So it's like it almost looks like he's got like shoulders on shoulders.
Uh-huh.
Now he
Some
does.
nice delts.
So the guard, or sorry, the villager, like turns around, like see who tapped him on the shoulder, and there's nobody there,
Yeah.
and he kind of like looks over at the the person next to him, and then kind of looks back, kind of like rubs his shoulder.
Meanwhile, I'm walking around the other side of the tent,
Uh-huh.
and I tap the rightmost villager on his rightmost shoulder.
Yeah.
How many shoulders does that villager have?
6.
Okay.
The rightmost villager
Mecha Shiva.
turns around, and then kind of similar reaction, looks over, like looks both directions, looks behind, looks up, and sees nothing, and then he turns to the person to his left, who is also doing the same fucking thing, and they kind of like stop and they like look at each other, but they just stand up like completely straight. Like, I mean, like they stop fidgeting and like looking around and stuff like that, and now they are just staring at each other, standing like arms at their sides, up straight.
Perfectly healthy, perfectly normal.
They reset back to the standing position where their backs are to the tent, and then you see that their bodies kind of droop a little bit, kind of back to like sort of an idle like stance.
Factory reset.
Like in Metal Gear Solid when you tip off the guards.
I shove the rightmost villager into the leftmost villager.
Like a real shove,
Like
you push them hard. Make me a strength check, please.
Quinn, how strong are you?
Nah.
Is your intention to like knock them both over?
Sure.
I don't think he knows.
Shit. 4.
Is it a -1?
Shh.
He
I have
barely
other strengths. Okay.
he barely stumbles, but as like you still have your hands on him as you're trying to like push him because like you didn't really get a good push. He whips around to face you, and grabs your wrists.
Okay. I
That's
cast
not good.
Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
He has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 20. Modified 20.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It backfired just a little bit.
Not really. He takes 3d6 psychic damage.
Oh, that's not bad.
How much is it if he fails?
It's half of 3d6 is what he's really trying to say.
Oh, I'm sorry. Take it back. Half of 3d6.
I see.
I flipped the success and fail in my head.
Yeah, of course. Why-
That's
why-
always the
why
way to do
wouldn't
it.
you?
I feel like you should always do that.
I hate them all.
Ooh.
Not bad.
Wow.
I see a 6 in there.
7.
7?
15
Yeah.
divided by 2, yeah.
The villager drops unconscious, but the other one whips around to face you, and you see it just like point its finger out at you now. And to its right, like to the like if you're looking at him, you almost see like very briefly like where you were just looking at like sort of the backdrop of a tent. Part of that gets distorted. A sort of vertical sort of sliver in space-time just slightly opens. You see what looks to be a big eye behind that, in that, looking at you. It blinks
Wait,
once,
How big? What?
and then the rift closes.
Wink.
I go back to camp.
you start. What's the pace that you are? Would you say that you are making?
A very decent clip.
Okay.
Are you sprinting? Is what he
Is
said.
it like a can? It sounds like a canter.
I don't fucking run
Gallop?
like a horse. No, neither of those things.
So you would say that
I'm running.
You,
I'm
yeah,
running
That
pretty
was
fast.
frightening.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Mort, as you're waking up the party and you guys are starting to wake up now, Quinn is you hear something sprinting.
Right.
Like you hear like something pounding against the earth.
When I get closer to camp,
Mm-hmm.
I break concentration on greater invisibility.
Okay.
So
then
they
you
can now see me.
Yeah. Now Quinn is like sprinting back to camp.
Also, very quickly, before everything happens and because I don't want these guys to wake up and like see us like all fucking frantic, so I'm gonna pour a bunch of booze all over them that I have in my canteen, make it seem like they were like they got fucking drunk and just fell asleep.
Just covered themselves in alcohol.
Well, just not douse them in it, but like, you know, put a little on their breath, you know.
And
they'll-
like
they'll,
leave it in their
like,
hand or
oh,
something.
Right.
Like smeared on their gums.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Are you
Little
trying to
plausible
set them up?
deniability.
Right.
yeah. I'm just kind of.
Do they wake up when he's trying to do that?
That's not how you get a hangover either.
Yes.
You're pouring liquid on these sleeping people.
I was doing it. I thought I was doing it gently. But
They.
I'm pouring just like fucking.
not like a thimbleful, just you know.
Was it you?
Oh, a
It's
thimbleful.
still alcohol, man.
Was it you who was choking a man gently or whatever?
No, but it sounds like something I would do.
No, that was you. You were like trying to friendly grapple somebody.
Right.
I still don't remember that.
Of course not. So, they are waking up very slowly, right? They're a bit sluggish, a little lethargic. Kind of like they're kind of like rubbing their foreheads and like, just kind of groaning a little bit, like, oh, whoa. And so they're starting to get their bearings, and all of a sudden they stand up straight. At attention.
And I say, you boys hit it a little hard last night, huh? How you feeling?
Their heads
Still
turn.
the night.
Their heads turn. Yeah. Their heads turn towards you, in unison.
Nice.
And they all smile. And then they kind of go back to like just sort of an idle position. Be like, "Oh, hey, fellas, I drifted off. We were Mort. We were having such a good conversation."
Mort's freaked the fuck out. Of
course.
Like my mouth is agape and I'm like staring at him, eyeballs like wide open. Like that freaked Mort out.
So, have I gotten there yet?
Yeah.
I am. Did I see that happen?
Yeah.
All I say in front of these guys is new plan.
And they looked at you. They look at you. And they're like, "Oh, you got here. You seem like you're in a hurry, friend. Are you okay? You seem out of breath."
Do I?
You were just running here. Are you okay? Did something frighten you?
Oh, I was just doing my traditional calisthenics.
Oh, okay.
Midnight
Oh,
jog.
I've never heard of that.
Calisthenics?
Yeah, what is that? They ask you.
Exercise.
Oh, okay.
That's how I stay so lean.
Oh, sounds nice. Yes.
Super awkward conversation.
I don't know if my smile is faker or if theirs is faker.
So, these okay. Actually, make me an insight. Make me an insight check.
Okay, that's better. 21.
They seem perfectly genuine. Like they just seem themselves. They seem like regular people.
So there's like a
But
they're
I just
possessed,
okay. Yeah.
obviously.
And like they seem like genuinely concerned about like you and your well-being. Is like kind of the vibe you're getting. Like this is actual genuine concern that they are expressing for you.
Okay. Perhaps I will show you in the morning.
Yes, it is. It feels kind of late. I feel like we I feel so tired still. I guess I didn't realize how long we had been talking. It was really a wonderful.
It is getting quite late.
Yes, it is. Yeah, maybe we should retire for the evening. Yeah.
Great
We'll-
idea.
Yeah, we'll just set up right over here. It was a pleasure spending time with you folks. Really do hope that the elder hasn't been too rough. I know he can be a bit distrusting of strangers, but you seem like decent folk.
Oh, we try. And I simply just sneak off into Jarrell's tent.
Ooh.
All right.
Listen.
Pitching a 10 for 2.
Jarrell is not sleeping. He's sitting.
I clearly knew you were
I can
not.
imagine you're like clipping your toenails.
No. I mean, that's about 50-50, actually, yeah.
Okay.
I'm either praying or I've got the curlers in with the things between my toes painting my nails. But this time I'm praying.
I figure that so like my logic in this is that I'm assuming there's some sort of like cultist or religious aspect to the eye, and so I'm going to the person that I think has the most information and knowledge on religion. So I tell Jarrell what I saw, and I want to know if he knows enough or anything about it.
So based on what he's explaining to me, this seems most peculiar. You run off for a little bit, and you come back with this, and I'm going to use, I guess.
And what I'll say,
You tell
John,
me.
You can use either history or religion.
Okay, they're both the same for me.
Right.
8.
8. It could be a cult. It could be something occult. It could be something.
I was kind of getting a culty vibe.
It could also be something monstrous. It could be. I mean, that you also know that there's a lot of weird stuff happening with like magic and stuff. You have no idea maybe if it's like some sort of magical creature. Like you're not really in. The possibilities are endless. Is what you're
Right.
explaining. to
Jarrell's going with
Quinn.
it's a cult. Because that was kind of the vibe that I was getting to begin with.
That's the hunch you have, right? Sure.
So Jarrell's gonna step out of the tent. Like he's just heading over to Perodill now that we have more information.
Sure. Yeah, and I follow you.
Shake it open.
What?
Sorry, Perodill, did we catch you
Meatballs.
sleeping?
Yeah. How's it going?
Dreaming of meatballs again.
You could say that.
Quinn seems to have found something.
Yeah, all right. What are we looking at here? What do we got?
Literally, it's looking at us.
Let's skip the wordplay. Why don't you just tell me what the fuck is happening?
And I tell him the story of the eye and the.
Sure, you do. Tell him everything.
Well, that's weird. All right. I'm a little groggy still. What do you suggest we do here, guys?
Well, we should go find out what it is, in my opinion.
All right, let me get some pants on. Buckle the belt. All right, let's go.
All right, and Zero and Mort would still be sitting out.
Yeah, they're
by the
just,
fire,
Yeah,
right?
they're just
Now
chilling.
I'm like
Yeah,
drinking after.
so-
Yeah.
If Zero and Mort are in the common area, then Zero is going to be asking Mort, well, okay, what happened out there?
And I'm going to just tell Zero that, the whole thing. She was scared. I set her up in the woods. Like, she thinks that something's going on. Now that I just saw this evil, weird, darting eyes from these 3 creepy dudes in unison, I'm a little freaked out. So now after everything that she just told me, and now after everything I just saw, I'm freaked out. So like Mort's freaking out a little bit, and is like kind of telling Zero this story like a little frantically.
Okay, so I get the general gist that she's terrified. She thinks something is mind controlling the citizens of this town.
Right.
Yeah,
And
something
she
like.
does not want to get any closer.
So as he tells me that story, it's starting to kind of click that. So my thought is that there's some sort of wizard or god or something that is controlling, like the villagers. So all of that is I think that's true.
And
That all
apparently
makes sense to
she say that the village. Are we having this conversation out loud while these other dudes?
You're damn right you are.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm
Yeah.
saying this right to Quinn. And just Quinn, do you fill me and Zero in on your story, or did you just tell Perodill and Jarrell?
I tell you guys a story.
Okay, thanks.
Jarrell has his hand up.
Had to clarify.
So before Jarrell goes to sit by the fire, he's going to also open up, or try to open up Hoblet's tent.
Hoblet is dead asleep.
Okay.
Emphasis on the sleep or the dead.
Jarrell looks back at the group and just lets the tent shut. He knows that Hoblet will be really pissed if Jarrell kills something without him.
Which is reason enough, really.
So you're happy about this?
Oh, I'm cool with it.
Okay. I walk up to the three villagers.
Who are getting themselves set up in their
Yeah.
own tents.
I asked them, when was the elder part of your village?
Oh, he brought us in.
So he started the village.
From what we believe, I mean, between the three of us, I think the longest one of us who's been here has been for maybe 5-6 years.
Do you remember where you came from?
Oh, well, I'm from Dragonport. This fellow over here, Hester, he came all the way from Tarantus, and Chuck over there, he's from Erelon. And they kind of all nod.
What made you stay here?
We've been kept safe. We kept out of trouble.
Kept safe from what?
Well, you've been out there, mister. It ain't a kind world for us common folk. We found someone who could feed us, give us good, honest work, and, help us get away from, the places that we came from. We've all come here with a little something, and, it's just we've been offered tremendous hospitality. Is Mort with you guys, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all around the fire. Mort is going to ask, does anybody have a sheet of paper? Does anybody have a sheet of paper and a pencil? Out loud to the group. Does anyone have a sheet of paper?
Jarrell
or a
gives
pencil?
him
I mean, I
paper.
do.
Do you give it to me?
But what do you need it for?
Can I please have it? I need it.
Yeah.
Quinn.
Up until he
need
got
it.
rid of his notebooks and stuff, Zero would have. but
Oh,
he's
I'm
making
actually
a
just gonna
concerted
go
effort
over.
not to now.
I'm gonna go over to the bond company stooge and steal a piece of paper and his pen or quill.
He's sleeping probably.
I don't
No,
care.
he's awake.
He's awake. I'm
So you
ripping.
So you didn't even give me the option whether I can give it
I
to
forgot
you.
about him. I'm ripping a sheet out of his notebook and grabbing his pencil, and Mort starts furiously, drawing on this piece of paper, hard. You can tell, he's just
Really, just
really,
mashing
really
it
hard.
back.
That's
and
all
forth.
you can see and hear coming from Mort for right now. This is gonna take him maybe a few minutes.
Okay. Cool. So while Mart's doing that,
Sounds like some pretty Mort-like activity.
yeah, you were having a conversation with the
Sure.
fellas, the villagers.
Have you felt differently or odd since you've been here?
Honestly, I just kind of feel at peace, there's hard days still, with you never know what's going to happen, strangers coming through or whatnot, but I've never felt so safe and welcomed by any community before in my life. I'll tell you that.
At the guy that's talking to me directly.
Uh-huh.
What's his name? Wasn't Hester and it wasn't Chuck.
It's Marv.
There it is. Okay.
Was
So-
it actually?
No.
I cast
God damn
Dispel
it.
Magic on Marv.
So you just literally stand in front of him and cast a spell?
Sure.
Sure, some dazzling lights and whatnot, burst from him, and he just says, "Well, that was pretty fancy, mister, but I'd appreciate it if you didn't just, throw random spells in my direction. Was that supposed to do something? My skin,
Quite a nice reaction to that. too.
my skin's a little tingly, sir."
You know what weirds me out the most about these people? They're so nice.
Yeah. Mort finishes his drawing, and he screams out at the guards. He goes, "Hey, dum dums!" And I show them the picture, and it's a picture of exactly what Quinn described to me.
Is
as,
it?
as the eye?
Yeah.
And I see if I get a reaction.
Well,
I would like
Mort
to.
genuinely believes it is.
I would like to find some kind of check to make here to see just to judge the quality of this drawing.
Performance. Let's
Yeah,
slide
you
it
know
in.
what? Performance.
A performance check, not like a dexterity check for like how good I am with
You're
the pencil.
charismatic. You should be thankful it's performance.
That's true. That's a good point. Actually, yeah, I'm okay with that.
Ooh.
Oh, modified 23.
It's gorgeous.
Fucking flawless is what it is.
Not flawless,
Almost flawless.
but amazing.
Absolutely stunning.
Quinn, you would say like it actually you are startled momentarily as it is very lifelike. His drawing.
Very lifelike.
Do I get a reaction from any of these three?
They just look over and be like, "That's kind of creepy, Mister. What is that?"
You know what it is. You tell me.
I
Here we go. Now we're
What?
committed.
they seem like genuinely shocked. Be like, I don't I don't know what you're talking about, sir. He turns to his friends like Chuck. Like no, you guys. know?
Jarl is going to look at Quinn. These men are innocent. Where did you see this thing?
Where did you see what thing? You saw that?
I crumple my paper up and throw it in the fire.
Yeah, it burns.
Great.
Like fire.
Paper burns.
Dude.
Learn something new every day.
You hear Hoblet. You can hear Hoblet smiling somewhere.
Yeah, Perodill just asks Quinn, hey, this is all well and good, guys, but if we're gonna go investigate this shit, let's go.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, that's what-
I agree
puts
with
on his fucking gauntlets
Right.
and
So are we just gonna literally just
We're
walk
just
away?
doing
from these
this in
guys?
front of the people.
yeah,
Why
we're
not?
just gonna walk away
Yeah.
from these.
I mean,
What are they gonna do?
But
yeah.
where are you going? What are you investigating? What is happening?
And
We'll
as soon
be
as we-
right back.
As soon as we walk away, I fill everybody that I didn't fill in on the lady in the woods. I fill in like Quinn and Jarrell about that, and Perodill because he was like,
Did you check if it was a beach ball?
no, why would I do that?
God damn it, it's the oldest trick in the book, man. Alright. Alright. Let's continue on our way before this DM finishes his roll.
Yeah. So we all just walk
So,
away. From
yeah,
the
It's
fire.
just the
So-
sound they make.
So I guess I'm leading, since I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
I take them. I backtrack right back to toward the hut.
Completely visible.
Well, that's what. So, do we want to be stealthy about this, or do we want to just like barge in?
Are you going to make me invisible, Quinn?
Is it gonna help?
I just want to be invisible.
Mort
I've been
casts
trying for 2 episodes now to go invisible.
I cast invisibility on Jarrell.
Okay.
Just regular invisibility.
I can't do greater invisibility.
So it's just plain
because
old
I've
invisibility.
already done that.
'Kay.
So
Okay.
yes, it is plain old invisibility.
Jarl is
Maybe
thrilled.
next time I
Immediately
can,
starts
I
stripping.
Well,
Can't give him
you.
everything all at once.
Right.
Ease him into it.
Mort casts mirror image on himself.
Well, we haven't done anything yet.
He's always
It doesn't
about
matter.
I need to ask, where are your retainers during all of this?
that. Well, they would both be in the tent.
Okay, they are just chilling in the tent.
Sleeping stand.
With the 3 villagers.
And
Well,
Hoblet.
There's only the 2
Oh, and
retainers.
Hoblet.
There's only the 2 retainers right now. So
Okay, cool. Well,
That's Fran thinking about
So-
what's happening back.
Jarrell is now invisible.
You're
The-
welcome.
The rest of you, the
Thank
4 of you, are very visible.
We have greater
So-
visibility.
And there's also 4
so,
of me.
So do we want to try to be stealthy about this, or do we want to just barge in and
you
ask
have
for
4
answers?
Morts. You're not being stealthy.
Yeah. Perodill doesn't even bother putting the hood
Oh,
up.
but last episode I was a dick for bringing that up. Okay.
What, 4
I'm just
more?
invisible. I'm happy. I'm invisible.
Can I just say that Mort is actually pretty stealthy?
Mort is
I
very
just have to
stealthy.
say.
I know.
Mort is many
You just
things.
you just make bad decisions while being stealthy.
I didn't-
That's your problem.
I'm
Mort
not
is
talking about
literally
my-
many things
While
right
not
now.
being stealthy.
I'm not talking about my decision making. I'm talking about my stealth.
I say we barge right in.
I also would agree with that. Now I'm hyped up.
So now that Hoblet's asleep, are we gonna start kicking doors?
So as we walk toward the tent, Jarl's invisible hand is going to be on your shoulder for a second. and
I
you're
have
gonna-
stopped walking. I am not walking toward the tent anymore.
Oh, you didn't lead us to the tent?
No, I'm going to, but I'm waiting until we decide whether we're going to be stealthy or not stealthy.
Well, Jarl just has divine sense. How big is the tent?
Pretty big,
How big?
like 30-foot diameter.
That's fine. We could walk up to the gate of the tent, and I could use divine sense.
You can.
And there's also
And
some
I'm also
guy-
invisible.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that okay?
But there was like
we
people
are
walking
going-
around in the
Let's
village.
go with
right.
Let's go.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
when you cast divine, what is it?
Sense.
You immediately become visible again, though.
I do?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Which is why I'm trying to like figure out exactly what we want to do.
I feel like
If I
there's-
do an action at all,
Correct.
okay.
there's only
If you-
one of us that are
If
invisible.
you attack or cast a spell.
And that's the spell.
There's
That's fine.
only-
That's still my plan.
There's only one of us that's invisible.
Correct.
The rest of us are.
I won't
I
be
mean,
invisible.
we have
for
a
long.
we have a robot of war.
Yeah,
So it's
eminently
not very-
visible.
Also, divine sense is not a spell.
Oh.
Divine sense is your like an ability in
Innate.
your
Oh,
class.
then never mind. So you can do that.
Yes, while
Okay.
while remaining
Thank you.
invisible.
Where are you guys staying? Because Jarrell fully intends to walk.
I
up.
think that is a good plan. I would endorse you going by yourself, where we can be close by, but not necessarily us causing reaction yet from them.
Right. And now
Does that
I,
make sense?
I already did say a couple times that. Well, no, I didn't, because detect evil and good is the one where I would get a blue aura around me. Divine sense, I don't necessarily have to have
Divine
anything
sense is
active.
just like you just use your divine sense.
All right.
It's a ability
just
that
sense
you
it.
have as a paladin
that.
of Valen.
A
At all
fully
times.
armored, invisible Jarrell is walking through the streets at midnight up to the tent.
There is still like like I mean as your boots like hit the ground like you can there's a slight clink,
Huh.
but
But you're tiptoeing.
there's
So it's all
not-
good.
But you notice like as you're rolling in, there's nobody here.
At all. Okay.
No.
All right. I go to the tent.
Uh huh.
I use my divine sense within the 60 feet.
Uh huh.
I can sense if there's any undead fiends.
You sense nothing.
Okay.
Do you wave us along?
Well, we
Yeah.
can't
I'm
see
just
him.
fucking with you.
He can't wave us. Oh my
He's
God.
doing SEAL team signs. We can't
He's
see.
literally like
waiting for us.
Alpha Omega Banana.
So Jarrell just walks back.
Uh huh.
You hear him walk there, and then go, huh, and then walk back,
Uh huh.
and he tells you that there doesn't seem to be anything over there right now.
What he means is anyone.
I come 30 feet to the door of the tent.
Mm-hmm.
It's a door
It's like an opening.
opening.
Yeah.
I use Mage Hand
Uh huh.
to
Close the flap, so to speak.
sure.
Okay. Yeah. It's like two flaps. They kind of went outward. They just kind of roll back in on it, and yeah, now there's like the doorway is covered by the canvas of this.
So wait, the doorway
Why
was
did you
open?
Yeah,
cover the
the
doorway?
I didn't realize that's what I was doing.
Oh, what were you?
I
trying
think he
to
wanted
do?
to
I thought the
open it.
doorway was already
It was already.
covered.
It was open.
Oh,
okay.
so
Sorry.
now we can
I didn't
bust
catch
in
that part.
with authority. Now that you closed the flap, flap your way right through.
add some dramaturg to it. Okay. Let's do that.
Let's do that. I'm way into that. Like
you-
I'm ready.
You do that.
I'm kind of more looking at Zero and Perodill, just because I feel like they're gonna be the ones that actually barge
Zero
in.
sighs, shrugs. The fuck it shrugs shoulders and fires up the gyro on reason.
Okay.
Nice.
So there's now that low whirring sound as
So where
as
do you
the stabilizers
Yeah.
spin.
So where do you guys bust into this now closed flap of the tent?
We go through the flap.
we
of the
had to
tent.
close the
Yeah.
door so that we could kick the door.
Yeah, like we're
So
like
it's not a proper B&E if the door's wide open.
correct. Like
Okay.
we're flapping the back of like a duster is like when after you just like
Sure.
Swing
So
it
like I
around.
picture you guys making this epic entrance into this empty tent.
Yes, because that's a metaphor of who we are.
Right. There is a slight, like bit of dust that was kicked up, right, like from behind you, sort of like very slowly trailing itself through the air. Sort of that still frame for a moment, and then you guys are just kind of hanging out in an empty tent,
In an empty, dark tent
in an empty dark tent
at midnight.
at midnight with a big pipe going from underground
Okay.
to the.
But didn't I see?
Hood of this. And
Didn't
you
I
could-
see a door? Like a
trap
trap door?
door.
You noted you
floor.
did notice something underneath some furniture when
Yeah.
you were scoping it out back here.
Right. So. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Look for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not where you thought it would be.
God damn it. I knew that was gonna happen. Okay, so I tell them there was a trap door right here.
Can Perodill reach the top of the pipe?
You can probably like climb up it. Sure, you can scoot up it.
Yeah,
To,
he,
like, to, like,
he
the
like
roof
tries
of
to
this
touch
tent.
it, tries to gauge. Is it hot at all?
It is warm.
Okay, I'm gonna try to scoot up of this
The
pipe.
warm pipe.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to peer down the top of this pipe.
So you'd have to like probably cut like a hole because it's almost like it's built like almost like a geodesic structure,
Uh-huh.
right on the inside.
Yeah.
And then just like a big canvas like thing draped over it, but this pipe like just was like
I feel you.
installed like a little hole.
Sure.
So you'd have to cut through some of the canvas to get up to the top to look down the pipe.
I do that.
Okay. So yeah, you climb onto the top of this geodesic dome. and-
Whatever. I don't know. I'm
So
sure I
you're
would
climbing
try
up to the top.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's fine.
Um,
You could just climb it. It's not that hard for you.
Sure.
I'm gonna cast Cat's Grace on him.
Okay, you do it much more gracefully. It essentially gives you, I think, advantage on dexterity checks.
Correct.
I am
I get to
gonna
the top of him. I go.
And
meow.
no
That
damage
was
when you
easy.
fall.
Sorry, what do you go?
I say meow. That was easy.
Yeah. Hey, that's great. Yeah, you look down. It's just darkness.
all right.
I mean, you can see 60 feet into the pipe.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Yeah. For 60 feet.
And
Don't
pipe.
you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Yes, it's just 60 foot of pipe.
Is he getting I'm gonna
How does
yell
it
up
smell?
to him.
Like pipe.
It's it is odorless.
It's odorless.
Yes.
No fart smell.
Hmm.
He's not getting like blasted in the face with any smoke or like nothing.
I wind up and drop my clockwork rat down there.
Okay. You hear it like kind of bouncing off the walls of the pipe for a while. It's like like you hear like the
Skittering?
the thing that you've wound up like kind of like making that just real like buzzsaw sound all the way down, and then it just eventually gets super quiet and you don't hear it anymore.
That was a waste of an hour and 5 gold.
Was it?
Maybe. Depends on what you're scrawling or rolling. I don't know what you're doing behind that screen.
I'm gonna
Scrawling.
I'm gonna yell up
Scrolling.
to Perodill. Light a match and throw it down there.
You know, I was thinking that.
Gas. Gas, everybody.
It was sort of a mental coin toss between the fire starter and the clock rat. So
Glad you went with the rat.
I'm
we
gonna
are looking for a flammable gas, and this is a pipe to unknown territory. And the last time I checked, no, my intelligence score wasn't lacking.
I'm gonna throw him up an unlit torch.
I
Just to like encourage him.
All right. Perodill throws the unlit torch down the pipe.
It doesn't fit. It gets stuck at the top.
Okay. Then I take it out.
So we just plug the pipe.
So Okay, yeah, I plugged the pipe.
Or we just
How
realized
tight of
that
a
we
seal
could
is
create a ladder all the way down.
Not very
Can we?
tight.
Do you have pitons
no,
on you?
A person cannot fit into this pipe. It is not that big.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Let's see here.
No, you know what? While he's doing that,
A
I'm
clockwork
gonna,
rat could fit it.
I know for a fact that there was a trapdoor where I thought there was a trapdoor.
That is correct.
So I'm going to continue to investigate to find
You should
said
do that.
trapdoor. 13.
It is not. You can't find it.
Mort during this time is fumbling around for the matches, and somewhere he knows is in this pack.
You also can just like conjure flames with like
I
your
understand.
fucking magic.
I'm just letting you know.
Okay, cool.
There's nothing in here, Quinn. We should leave before you get us in more trouble.
I screamed down the pipe.
What? Without getting too close to the microphone, what does that sound like? You hear that? It does somehow echo down this narrow pipe.
I bang out the beginning of YYZ on this pipe.
Sure. You
Ding
do that.
ding 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 ding.
Yeah, I mean, you're having a great time.
Does anybody else have Dispel Magic?
Nope. Not readied.
Not unless you mean shoot it with a big crossbow bolt.
Okay, so Quinn knows what he saw, and he trusts his eyes. So he's going to cast Dispel Magic
At the spot,
at the that general area.
the spell fails and you are refunded the spell slot.
Perodill starts playing the pipe like a didgeridoo.
I cast it again.
The spell fails and you are refunded the spell slot.
I cast it again.
The spell fails and you are refunded a spell slot.
Guys, my spells aren't working.
I hate being asked a third time.
I go. Mort
Okay,
go.
wait, hold on. Do I know that my spells are not working?
Yes.
So I have that enough. I have enough insight to know that.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're obviously in an area where. Okay, Mort's gonna try to get. First off, are there still four Morts following me around when we came in here, or did that get dispelled?
That's been done.
That's been done. I only did that like 10
minutes.
seconds
It's
ago.
a 10. What, we cast mirror image like just 10 seconds ago?
Like literally when we were walking up to like the place.
Oh, then they're still chilling.
Okay,
been
there's
fucking around hard for
I
a
still
while.
got Morts. Okay, I just want to be sure that this place isn't like a dispel factory for magic here.
I cast message. I send a message to Perodill, who's on the who's up on the top there, and I just say, "Can you see anything through the pipe?"
You hear nothing, Perodill.
So because I don't get a
you're
response,
you're
from
still
him-
tapping away.
No,
at
I'm
the-
playing it like a fucking didgeridoo, baby.
So I basically tell the rest of you that none of my spells are working. They're just not working. I don't know what's going on.
All right.
Just out of curiosity, does Zero see anything differently?
No.
Keeping in mind that this is a cult, Jarrell would like to use a religion check again. At least he's still assuming that it's a cult. If there's anything that has to do with blocking out magic and something like this.
Sure.
I don't know if it'll actually
For that
help.
specific piece of information, sure.
Just a 14.
You are familiar with like areas of anti-magic.
Okay.
That's something you've encountered in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if this is exactly that though, because it's usually any magic, like, no magic can succeed within. But somehow, the illusory duplicates of Mort are still
Right. So I feel like it's just fucking with your mind.
standing around him.
So you just can't do anything that like I don't think
Wait,
I
wait.
could telekinesize anything.
Okay.
But
so
if I did thunderclap, I think everybody in God's green earth would hear that.
I walk out of the tent
Okay.
and I cast message again with the same message to Perodill.
Okay.
Because I'm technically outside the tent.
You're on the roof of the tent.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you say to Perodill?
I say, "What can you see in the pipe?"
You hear Quinn whispering in your head.
I don't see anything.
Okay. I do the same thing to Jarrell.
Who's in the tent?
Do you see any trapdoors?
You hear nothing, Jarrell.
Jarrell's kicking a stone.
So when I get no response from Jarrell, I walk back into the tent and I say there is something dispelling our magic in this tent. It works right outside the tent, but it does not work inside the tent.
Mort suggests burning the tent down.
Of course he does.
Quinn is not necessarily opposed.
Again, we're trying to find a flammable gas.
I'm still fumbling around
that
for my
is true.
tinderbox.
I am opposed.
Yeah, you gave your tinderbox away.
You did.
Oh shit! I can still cast any flammable thing I want to. So I'm just letting you know. I'm gonna burn this tent down. I'm saying this to the group. I am gonna burn this tent down if we don't figure out where this gas is.
Perodill uses maybe like some like tongs and a hammer and his smith's tools, and he like crimps the top of the pipe shut.
So he can't light that.
It's pretty thick.
Yuck.
I also have gauntlets of ogre power.
I mean, yeah, give it a shot. Give me a strength check with those tools.
Oh my!
God.
Crunches it like aluminum.
Yeah, I mean, it is pinched tight.
It was like tinfoil.
Right.
That's good.
Shut.
Like Mons Anus.
Tight.
I was thinking more like the Sandlot, but yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Tighter.
Tighter than Mons Anus?
Tighter.
Wow.
That's a tight anus.
That is tight.
It's a tight little Mel butthole.
So,
Help.
you after a little time here, you feel the pipe getting a little warmer.
Okay.
This thing's gonna blow.
Hey guys, I think I made a boo-boo.
I jump off the pipe and
Jump off the pipe. Yes.
do like a little roll on the ground to soften the landing.
Sure.
Superhero.
Action roll. Yeah.
After the roll, little after the fact superhero landing.
Okay.
Is the cat's grace still in effect?
It is still in effect.
It is.
And oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm just awesome anyway, I
Yeah.
guess.
You're even more awesome.
Mort suggests that now that obviously there's obviously gases coming out of this thing, that maybe since or whatever it
Not
is,
coming out of this thing.
well, now not coming out
The
of this thing,
opposite.
that the pressure is either going to build up and explode where it is, or it might like blow up a blowhole of this gas somewhere else. Hopefully that we can like just go
We
to.
should get away from the
I say we just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Jar-
leave.
Jarrell's gonna do.
It is time to
I
go.
would like to do an insight as to whether or not if I cut the pipe, if it would.
Do I
Release
notice
the gas.
Do I notice Gerald
yeah.
trying that?
It's a pretty thick pipe, and what are you gonna do? Hack at it with your sword?
Yeah.
Is that passively perceived by Perodill?
I'm just trying
You
to do
see
the,
Jarrell
I'm trying-
draw his sword.
I'm trying to. If,
okay.
As long as that's the I want to know an insight on whether or not Jarrell would know if chopping the pipe to release the
I'm gonna
pressure.
I'm gonna tell you right now. There's no way your sword is cutting through that pipe.
Okay.
Jarrell, just let's see what happens.
So
Let's see what happens.
Jarrell.
How about we see what happens from outside the
Yeah,
tent?
as everybody is leaving, Jarrell like almost half pulls out his sword, and then he watches Perodill run.
You only
and
half pulled out?
Yes.
I don't run away. I like jog to maybe like
Sure, but-
100,
but I-
200 feet out.
Jarrell sees
I want
that
to see this thing blow.
you're leaving the tent, and he follows you. You realize
Yeah, yeah.
there's no course of action that's gonna.
Yeah, I mean, right after I jumped off the tent, I was like, "Hey guys, that thing was getting warm."
Right.
Mort suggests we go talk to Maka. While this thing is about to fucking explode.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna say
want to
that- I
see
mean-
the thing. I want to.
Well, we'll still see it. If it blows up, we will see it.
I wait.
I suggest we wait about 200 feet over there.
Which is almost exactly where she is, anyways. If you walk
200 feet.
like 40
That's
more feet.
not a lot. She's like all the way out of the village, isn't
Right.
she? She's
Okay,
like on
yeah,
some
she is.
road
Listen.
outside the village, probably like
Probably,
a mile
yeah,
away.
yeah.
Yeah, why would
mile.
you light a fire 40 feet outside the village? It's the opposite of stealthy.
No, it's like 200 feet outside the village.
Right.
That's not
We're
a
in
lot.
Okay,
200
I'm not
feet.
sure my
Very
position
far.
changes.
That's
In the
like
middle of,
that's
like,
like
some
4
tall
or 5
dense-
houses away.
Yeah, that's like a half a block.
All right, maybe she's like more than a half a block then. Whatever. I still suggest we go see her. Again.
Mort
Oh, you're
forgot
not
where she
wrong.
is.
We should go see her.
I suggest we I suggest we wait for about 3 minutes.
Watch the fireworks. And
All right, we wait 3 minutes then.
3 minutes passes. The pipe looks to be getting a little bit redder towards the top, and a noticeable bulge is forming.
Yeah.
Jarrell looks
Noticeable
at
bulge is forming for Perodill, too.
Jarrell looks at Quinn. Should we tell someone?
That we just pinched their pipe? No.
How
might
big is
kill
this
a bunch.
explosion going to be?
I don't know, but I've been told cool guys don't look at them. Let's walk away in slow motion.
I start walking with Zero away in
I feel
slow
like it's like an
motion.
A-team montage.
Sure. You guys are walking in slow
As
motion.
we slow-mo walk away, a big explosion behind
Jarrell
us.
has a really confused look on his face while we're doing it.
Listen,
We're not going to look the least
You guys are-
suspicious at all.
I don't stop looking.
Mort casts slow on the party.
This cannot possibly backfire at all.
First of all, roll me for a wild magic search just in case it happens.
Wow.
17.
Oh,
Oh no! Is that wild magic?
Doesn't Mort get to
No.
roll for
Oh,
wild magic?
Jesus.
he did.
This is not wild magic.
This is something worse, I'm sure.
Oh my god. You're gonna give this man a fucking inspiration?
You really should do
Yes, I am actually.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I second that vote.
this. Thank you.
Also, you cast the spell, but it is also accompanied by the sound, very similar to what happened when you guys were in the prison, of a comically loud air horn. I mean, this thing echoes out for like a 1,000 feet.
Can it be the hip hop air horn? Just
And then at the end of it is when the top of this thing explodes. The pipe sort of banana peels
Nice.
about halfway down the tent
Yeah.
and sets the canvas on fire.
Dope.
Meanwhile, none of us can run more than half our own speed. Get me the fuck away from
And
here!
far, far in the distance, far in the distance, you just hear a honk, 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 and that's what we're gonna call this episode of the Atlas Heroes podcast.
Oh my god. That was
Air
so-
horns, duck honks, exploding pipes, and a party who can only run 15 feet a turn.
So,
Oh my god.
thank you everybody for listening.
Can I just say real quick that Zero had the bad idea in this situation? Can I just point that out?
But ideas
It just
aren't
all
bad
comes
until you
together
act
for
on
the
them.
If you tell me something, I'm probably gonna do it.
It's this perfect image of Renaissance painting.
Right.
Where everything is happening all at once.
You're the only one in the painting with the expression of complete calm. The rest of us
Yes.
are like, what the fuck is going on?
I really hope Phil draws that. And that's going in, on a wall somewhere.
We're giving this man a backlog.
I need this.
Perodill is just giddy. He likes seeing a good explosion.
So,
He's a little
See
bit
it,
of a
we
pyromaniac.
had our backs turned.
I
Right.
told you I
Yeah,
never
you-
stopped watching.
Right.
So guys,
The
listen.
four of us were
Listen, hear me out, right? If you liked us, if you really like us, you could follow us on the internet. We're on places like Twitter and Instagram at Hapless Heroes. We have a subreddit /r/Hapless Heroes podcast. But all those places will point you to our Discord server, which is the coolest and most awesome place to hang out because we're all in there and we're all doing stuff.
Yeah, it feels
Talking
like I
about
have friends
things.
there.
Isn't it
Yeah.
nice? People like us. Why? I'm just kidding. I love you too. You're amazing. So, come in there, hang out, have some weird arguments about strange topics with us, share pictures of your cats, talk about world building, whatever. It's pretty cool.
Hoblet's not here, so I'm gonna be able to say that pineapple does belong.
You still
on
can't
pizza.
say it.
No, you still can't say it.
Just because one person
Right.
disagrees
The
with
rest
you
of us still hate it too.
I'll be honest with you.
I don't hate
backlash
it.
is worse than any of yours.
Hold on. We're not having this discussion again.
I'm just
If you really, really, really like us, we'd love it and appreciate it if you left us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice and said some kind words about us. And in turn, we will say some kind words about you here on the air if you so choose. Well, you're not going to have a choice because we're just going to do it.
We'll give you a 5-star in real life review.
Yeah.
Where Massimo shows up at your house.
Send me your address in the comment.
Yes.
Also, I rarely
or,
tweet,
you know.
but you can hit me up on my personal Twitter too.
Oh, yeah.
At It's Just a Wizard.
That's true. Yeah, that's the guy. That's it. That's your man. That's your boy.
Now I can stalk you.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
You weren't already?
And if you really
Like,
like
I've been
us,
on that train.
if we hold a special place in your heart, we have a Patreon page, patreon.com/haplessheroes. We have some really fun rewards. I've been releasing bloopers. I've been releasing some other behind-the-scenes audio on there. We got a lot of weird and fun rewards, and you get a little special title on our Discord server. Makes you all gold and stuff. Like you can just show just how much better you are than the unwashed masses beneath you if you donate to our Patreon.
And we will
Tasteful
belittle
nerds.
any of the other Discorders.
No, we're not actually going to do that.
No?
You're just going to look like you're better than them.
Okay.
Is it possible to be nerd bougie?
Yes.
Yes.
Now
Yes.
that we've
Because
made
that
it a
would
thing.
be it.
100%. And actually, so thank you to our current Patreon subscribers / Discord members. That's going to be one of our original donors, Bumblebee, which is actually where B. Bumbleson came from. Dollar Biz, our boy Dana. And Thessie. And Geo Hound Dog. You guys are the best. I love you,
You guys are
so
the
much.
best.
I mean,
Yeah.
5 stars.
And shout out
Thank
Thessie for putting that incredible
oh, yeah.
document of every outfit that Mort has worn and the time in the episode
Yeah.
Oh my
of where we speak about it.
Yeah,
I was in literal tears when I read through that.
Yeah.
And like remembering the dumb shit that I came up with
So-
on the spot.
I pinned that to the episode talk channel so that anyone who comes into the server can view this living, breathing document that
Oh.
Bessie is maintaining of every outfit
Yes.
that Gorgeous Mort has ever worn, in which episode it occurs, and at what time in that episode.
I've not seen
This
this
man
yet.
has made a tremendous undertaking, just like Ryan Hawk, who manages all of our If You Really Love Us.
Yeah.
These guys, dedication.
It's so good.
God damn.
It's so
Shout
fucking
out.
fun. Shout out.
I'm just
really.
so like enamored that there are people like that are so in love
honestly,
with us.
like I was so taken back by that. Like
Yeah, that's
it was
awesome.
incredible. It was
That is
really
pretty cool.
But you see, guys, and they love us, but I mean,
If you really love us, I mean, really, really love us,
Really?
I do, I
Really?
promise.
like us, right now you like us, Sally Field, and the whole deal. Build a cuckoo clock. Would you build a cuckoo clock, people? And at 12:36, which is my favorite time,
I knew that.
make a little bird pop out and play the most recent episode of our podcast, Hapless Heroes.
After the most recent, so it's constantly updated.
Yeah, you have to do like a little, I don't know, like Raspberry Pi project. You know what I'm talking about. You know what Raspberry Pi is?
No,
It's a little homebrew computing thing.
okay.
You have to probably do a little. You probably can't do it with Arduino because you need like an operating system on it. It can't be like logic gate based. So you got to get a Raspberry Pi. What?
I'm serious.
Honestly, I would even settle for if this cuckoo clock just played the theme song that Zach composed.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
I wouldn't.
Not
or
satisfied at
or
all.
just served me a Raspberry Pi. 'Cause that
Oh.
was
Again?
delicious.
No. On 12:36, both of them. It's got to play the most recent episode of our podcast.
In its entirety.
And let's just say at like 12:35, it plays the theme song.
Okay,
Perfect.
I'm into it.
So then, like, within 2 minutes, you hear it twice. It's pretty great. It's a good time.
It's a good time. So, guys, until next week, I'm going to send off our party. We have Mike as Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind,
Always at your pleasure.
Dave as Zero Valence Avatar of War,
This means we're cool guys, right?
Zach as Perodill Lincoln Woods.
Guys, did you see that explosion?
This man gets it.
Yeah.
Massimo is Morton Mac, aka Gorgeous Mort.
Honk. Honk. Honk.
And John is Lord Jarrell the Light.
Until next time.
And I'm Francesco. I've been your host and DM. We'll see you next week. I love you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Very silly episode.